Hey guys, Buck Rogers here, or better known, that's just what I use. That's my screen name. Anytime y'all feel like calling in, if y'all haven't visited me over on cloudthunder.org, the call-in number here is 213-943-3709, and you always hear me go on about endless. I mean, it's endless with me. My friends even tell me, Brian, don't you ever shut up. And I'm like, why would you? But these guys, these are the people that will actually take our dreams from us. They're dream stealers. That's what they are. They're just dream stealers. And I don't dare try to upload my videos right now that I have for YouTube. Car 730 is my channel over there. But guys, if you knew of a way, how would you share it with people? I mean, what would you do? And people think we come across too strong sometimes. Well, how would you go about sharing it? Because you might not share it the way that I share it, but I don't want to wait around long enough to try to figure out the SEOs and, the keyword search. Could I? Absolutely, yeah, if that was the only way after seeing what I see here. But I promise you guys, nobody saw this coming. This is huge. This is huge. It don't get no better than this night. Get over to cloudthunder.org, guys. It's really simple to navigate around. The training button is locked down. That's for members only. If you want to watch that video or whatever, and after you watch the other one, okay, after entering your email information, if you truly dare to dream, give me a ring on the phone, and we'll talk. And if you want to call me here at my talk show sometime, guys, that call-in number is 213-943-3709. And we always go through life, it's hard to put into words sometimes because everybody's explanation or life crisis is different from person to person. Everybody has their story. How would that feel to be able to help other people just by helping one another? And that's how simple I kept things when I saw that same free presentation that I have over on cloudthunder.org. And I've got some blog posts there. I've got Small Dogs in Heat. That's a pretty good video. It's about 1 minute and 40 seconds long. Give a thumbs up, whatever, man. I'll tell you what, it was a crazy week and a half. Not only did we have one dog come into heat, we had 2 dogs come into heat. The little poor guy, he's like an antidepressant or something. But there's part in that video he just kind of flops around. There was a time or two I had to spray a water ball, kind of getting, boy, these dogs, they get a little wound up. And that's kind of how I took it whenever my friend said that to me, and then I backed up and said, I don't know how to really do anything else. I'm good at different areas in my life. I'm actually an expertise in auto body. And I own a mechanic shop right now, and we do small engine repairs and just everything. So, but there's people out here that they can go out and they'll learn a new language, but it takes them longer than 30 days. Or somebody goes and they want to learn how to play the piano, Mozart style. Guys, that's going to take some time. Don't give up on your dreams. Always reach for them. I got a good friend of mine personally. And he always told me, he said, Brian, it's always within your reach. Always within your reach. And he described it as if, money's always moving around you. But why don't you have enough of it, apparently? So it took me a while to understand that. But we got to find an awesome vehicle. Sometimes people do need miracles to happen. But miracles don't happen no more. Well, baby Jesus. But, miracles don't happen. You've got to make miracles happen. Are they doable? Absolutely, especially if you know what I know. And just make it over to cloudthunder.org. Okay? And I'll keep repeating that from time to time for the people who are just tuning in. And, they've got to find their way too. And yes, I do read a book from time to time. Depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I've been playing catch up. I went out, it was yesterday. It kind of threw me off and kind of threw me out of my mindset, so I'm looking forward to reading Business School for Robert Kiyosaki wrote, and it's for people who like to help people. There ain't nothing wrong with that, guys. Life's too short, And if you understand it the way we understand it, and things are changing, and you gotta, it's truly amazing. I want to make things as simple as I possibly can. I'm getting kind of tired of sending this, that, and the other out, and I got to go out and I got to grab it here, and I got to wait for swipe copies, and I want to make sure you all get off to a very, very fast, lucrative start. And if you know 10 buddies that think they're worth $25, then we need to get this shared to them. If you want me to make a video for you to share it with your friends, you ask. But I won't know how to help you unless you ask. And if you want things to change, I truly believe that things can change, because the only person that has to make that decision for things to change is you. But most people fight change. You know, Robert Kiyosaki, he goes way into this kind of stuff, and it's just, it is truly a mindset, and it's always within your reach. So, you know, them are just some thoughts that's resonated on me, or in my brain, or on my brain, or however you want to look at it, to get me to this point in my life. But, you know, even here, you know, they're going to say, man, you need to be reading books, man. Do you know how many books I've read? You know, I did Zig Ziglar, you know, and I could talk, you know, and if you want to get a point across, you can do it. But anyway, hang on, guys. I should have took the phone out to the other guy. Hang on. And who do we have? Hello? 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 Well, that was weird. It was a private caller. Guess they were shy. Anyway, let's go back and see what kind of time we got. We got 22 minutes. Let's see if where we left off in the book yesterday. And I'm going to need my glasses too. Okay, it's right there. Financial intelligence is where we were. And if y'all haven't picked up a book of Robert Kiyosaki's, any one of them, just start with like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. There's another good book out there, The Slight Edge. Really good book. Really good book. It's a good read. I can't stress the importance out enough about the power of sitting down and just trying to read a book and trying to understand it, because these simple principles, if applied correctly, has released and replenished and duplicated millionaire after millionaire. So, you know, do you have what it takes? I don't know. But if you read 15 minutes a day, you can find out. And you can go over to cloudthunder.org and click on that little blue icon up there on the left side, guys, and get all the facts. So, you know, life's too short. Anyway, okay. Financial intelligence. My rich dad said your financial intelligence is measured on your professional financial statement, or personal financial statement. Your financial intelligence is measured by how much money you make, how much money you keep, not how hard that money works for you, and how many generations you can pass on the money to. Why smart people fail to become rich. Okay? Let's see what Robert's going to say about this. One of the reasons many smart people, like my poor dad, fail to become rich, even though they have a high IQ and did well in school, is because they lack the emotional intelligence required for financial success and wealthy accumulation. The 4 common signs of low emotional IQ are you ready for this, guys? Robert's going to break it down for us, okay? Let's go ahead, and I'm going to get my screen ready. Guys, these recordings are available over here on YouTube, so knock yourselves out. If you're just tuning in, kudos for making it this far, guys. I'm looking at doing some screen recording, and that'll be over in the training site. You know, there's training everywhere, but anyway, this here's what the 4 common signs of low emotional IQ are. They get rich too slowly because they play the money game too cautiously. Because they are in a job in the E quadrant, they often pay a higher percentage of income in taxes. They fail to invest wisely, keeping their money in the bank, earning very little in interest, and the little they do earn in interest is taxed at the highest taxable rate. Trying to get rich too quickly? This person lacks the emotional intelligence known as patience. This person often goes from job to job or hot idea to hot idea. They start something, get bored, and quit. Well, that kind of explains the way I used to be. But, you know, who are we racing against here, folks? I mean, the only one holding us back at the end of the day is ourselves. Okay? Spends on impulse. This person's favorite form of exercise is going shopping. They shop until they drop. If they have money, they spend it on a whim. These people say, money seems to run through my fingers. Fourth one, cannot stand alone anything of value. In other words, this person only owns things of works at things that make them poor. For example, I have met several people who have invested in investment real estate. The moment they own it, they sell, take the earnings, and pay off credit card bills or student loans, or even buy a new boat or take a vacation. In other words, they hang on to things that have very little value and sell anything that has real value. Many of these same people, rather than build a business, feel better working for someone else and working hard at something they will never own. The emotion of fear is so high that they would rather work for security rather than work for freedom. And guys, if you follow me on, on Cars 730 on YouTube, go ahead and get subscribed and look for new videos and things like that. But this here, reading these books, I mean, it's going to drive me into a frenzy of making some new footage for you all. I'm going to do my best to get all the facts that I can for you all. So, anytime, just go check it out over on cloudthunder.org over there, guys, and just click on that blue icon. Anyway, emotional intelligence is essential to financial intelligence. This chapter started with my video interview. The reason I started with this interview is that this young man was out of control emotionally. He was obviously very bright mentally, but his emotions were causing him to think irrationally. If you are out of control emotionally, your chances of solving your financial challenges are reduced. Simply said, in the real world, emotional intelligence is more important than mental intelligence if you want to become rich. Having a high education or emotional IQ is essential to having a high financial IQ. Warren Buffett, America's richest investor, says, a person who cannot manage their emotions cannot manage their money. That was kind of harsh, right? When I was younger, I was an emotional retard. Everything was live for today. That is one reason I did not achieve financial freedom until I was 47. Even though I knew what to do, whenever I acted up or got out of hand, wanted to either get rich quickly or quite quit because I was frustrated. Rich Dad would often say, "Come back when you've grown up. Then I'll get back to teaching you to be rich." Do you want to improve your emotional IQ? This is a question here, folks. It has been my personal experience that the more my emotional IQ goes up, the better my life became. Being a former Marine, not only am I impulsive, I have also developed a very violent and quick temper. When I returned from Vietnam, my rich dad said, "Your hot temper and quick reaction may have kept you alive in Vietnam, but those same emotions will kill you in the world of business." Rich Dad strongly suggested I worked on improving my emotional IQ if I wanted to improve my financial IQ. As my control over my emotions improved, my marriage improved, my business skills improved, and so did my investment skills. My health even improved just by keeping my temper at bay, although at times it still takes control over me. The first step is increasing my emotional intelligence is to admit I need to improve it. If you are like me, a person who can always use a little more emotional maturity, a network marketing business may be the best training ground for you, and probably the fastest, folks. To me, one of the best values of a network marketing business is that it develops your emotional IQ. You raise your emotional IQ every time you deal with people who quit or people who lie. And even you overcome your own fears, your disappointments, your frustrations, and your own impatience to become a better person. In other words, a network marketing business is a great place to get to know yourself better and work on improving yourself. Ask yourself this question: how are my emotions interfering with my life? Are my emotions causing me to be too shy, afraid of rejection, needing security, too impatient, top hot-tempered, addicted to something, too impulsive, too angry, too slow to change, lazy? And then, guys, the bottom one, that's just your choice if that didn't cover any of them. So let's see where we're at on time. Okay, we're doing good, guys. Anyway, if you're all just tuning in, that call-in number is 213-943-3709 if you want to reach the book live. Anyway, let's pop back over here. And you guys watching me on YouTube, if y'all ain't seen none of my older videos, you don't have a clue of how wound up I get. And every once in a while I get a I get an honor streak on these videos. Anyway. Again, one of the great values of network marketing business is that it will teach your emotional intelligence and in many cases greatly improve it. Once you begin improving your emotional IQ, you will probably find other areas of your life improving. You will find it easier to talk to people, communicate more clearly, and handle your emotions more effectively. When you can do those things better, your business will grow faster. Being more patient, you have a better chance at being a better investor. By developing your emotional intelligence, your marriage may improve. If you are married or want to become married, and we all know how emotional a subject marriage can be, you may also become a better parent and hence raise better kids. Therefore, I would say that investing a number of years building a network marketing business might pay off in many other areas of your life. Why? Because life is a very emotional subject. A better marriage. This is the next subject here, guys. For Kim and me, our plan to become financially free was great for our marriage. Starting with nothing, we had a project we could both work on together. I would say handling the ups and downs of building a business offered many challenges to our marriage, yet in the end, it made our marriage stronger. We took risks together, took our losses together, and celebrated our wins together. As stated earlier, our plan was simple. In 1985, Kim and I began building our business, starting with nothing. In 1991, we invested in our first piece of investment real estate only after the business was very profitable. In 1994, we sold our business, bought more real estate, and retired financially free for the rest of our lives. It was a simple plan, and it made our lives simpler and happier. As most of us know, money is one of the many subjects for argument in marriage. Today we have a better marriage, not so much because of the money, but because we built a business together. Instead of growing apart, we grew closer together as we became emotionally mature. I hear many people say, "Oh, I could never work with my husband. I could not stand being around him that much." I can honestly say that I would not be successful today without Kim, and we would not have as great a marriage if we had worked at different jobs for different companies. If we had worked apart, we would have grown apart. Building businesses together and investing together made our marriage stronger because we had the time to work out our differences. We grew closer together. That's a good chapter. Got to know each other better, began to respect each other more, matured emotionally together, and in the end, we became much happier with each other. And to me, that is priceless. While we still have our differences, today we know our love for each other is greater than those differences. A happy marriage between two people is definitely due to emotional intelligence more than two people with good grades and good jobs earning a lot of money. Let's see. See what time we got. Anyway, guys, we can wrap that up a little bit. It kind of makes you think a little bit, doesn't it? What are we doing different to change our lives? What are we doing different? I got to get this marked in my book. We're on page 96, folks, and there's a book by Robert Kiyosaki, and it's The Business School. Okay, YouTubers, you can see that, right? Okay, and even if I finish reading that book up, there'll also be a book list over on Cloud Thunder in the near future. I've got to go back and pick my brain for a little while and see which way I want to go there. But anyway, the training section's locked down that's for members only. And once you go ahead and make that decision to get in, watch it video, whatever, watch video. If you still got questions, give me a ring. But as soon as you make that decision, okay, that training part will be unlocked, and we can do this thing as fast as you all want to go. It's endless. You might be good in certain areas where other people are not. Now you can either embrace what you're good at right now and learn to be better at the other things later and wind up suffering from it and taking longer to do it. I mean, yeah, persistence is a key, but you truly do need to find your talent, your ability, and you need to apply that. I mean, I can help direct you and try to get you some good information, try to keep you in mind, but the best way to do it is just, make it over to cloudthunder.org and jump in, guys. I've tried to make it as user-friendly as possible for you. Been working hard on it. Things are happening. Anyway. So what do y'all want to see me do? I mean, do y'all want to see some training or something? Y'all want to see some screenshots? I mean, what do y'all want to see? Well, go ahead and leave a comment down in here, guys. And if you're tuning in for my talk show radio, guys, come find me. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. If you want things to change, you need to change. End of story. And like I was saying, you know what, guys? Hang on one second. Let me go get my glass of water, okay? I'll be right back. Matter of fact, let me hit the music for my blog talk radio listeners. Turn it down a little bit. Be right back, guys. Well, that didn't take me long, did it? I'm back. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guys, no, really, if y'all want to see something, just leave a comment and ask for it. I'll do my best. Maybe someone else can put something together. I mean, me and Gladys, we're working on some hangouts. We're working with a couple different teams here. And anyway, here on the prosperity team, which if you come through here, guys, you're on a good team. I mean, we've got, oh wow. I mean, these people are tearing it up. I'm going to tell you that now. I mean, I've talked there with Paul, and just $23,000 this last month. I mean, it's crazy. But you can find out all the information over there at cloudthunder.org and just click on that blue icon, guys. And these hubs, I mean, you got to realize that's all they are to me. And I went and learned something, sort of like learning a new language. And I know, if not only I go past mentally, that $20,000 to $30,000 is not only possible, it's not a dream, it's very, very doable. Because these guys actually teach us how to have $3,000 days. And that's incredible. You know what it would take to have $1 million a year income? $3,000 a day. Ain't that odd? Okay, but I've got training there for the guys who choose to step up. Just send me an email. Sometimes I don't check my back office for 2 or 3 days at a time, and it's best that you try to reach me the best way. I mean, if you want to watch that video, I mean, my number's over there underneath contact information. You're more than welcome to call me, guys. About the only thing I put over here on my YouTube things is just, you'd have to click my thumbnail to actually get to my channel, or go ahead and get subscribed, guys, and start getting the facts, ask your questions, get them answered. I am here 8 to 5. with my computer with it on. And I will personally stop and make videos because, see, that is my stronger point. And your stronger point might be understanding how to do keyword search and get them up in high ranking, off the Google, and then realize it's just numbers, and numbers don't lie. People do. And if you start to see the numbers, nobody's lying to you. And if you can't do this, the only person that lied to you is you, because you gave up. You can't give up, guys. I mean, you got to climb to the peak. You got to go. And if you can pick up some tools along the way, then you need to pick them up if they're not going to hurt you and your family. And this is so doable. I get a little fired up. Paul, he gets a little more fired up than me. But if you get in here and we start communicating, I'll send you a link to Paul. And I'll try to send a video to you, even when he broke down and he cried. So, I mean, we've even got one story I can send to y'all once you're in. A 12-year-old, for goodness sakes, in 4 months, $12,000 in commission. Ain't that crazy? But it's real. It's real. And people are starting to see this. It just depends on if you want them people to get you, or do you want to get them? Because you're going to realize, I mean, there's nothing held back here, at least not for me. And if y'all need to call me, do it. Leave a comment underneath one of my YouTube videos over on Cars 730 there on YouTube. I don't have all this stuff figured out. I don't know the complete language yet, but I am working on it. And things are changing. I mean, and what I'm seeing with the pace that I'm going, because I'm I got one friend, old Brad Barton, and this guy showed him a way to have a 6-figure income in the next 2 to 3 years. And if he'd show this thing 2 to 3 times a week, I mean, this is what you could look forward to. And he showed him the numbers, and Brad understood it. But Brad looked at him and said, "Hey, what if I did that 2 or 3 times a day? What would that do? Would that speed it up?" That guy, boy, he just shook his head. Okay. And I know Brad. And anyway, in 3.5 years, Brad had built his income up to $500,000 in that kind of time. He's had the Soaring Eagle Awards. Just he's an incredible guy. And life's too short. I mean, we all have a story, and whether or not you want to be a part of the story, because the only person that's going to be a part of the solution is you. You will always be a part of the solution. And either you're going to wait on someone else to come and correct the solution, or you're going to choose to get educated and just do some persistence, daily actions. And the only way that we know how to get along with each other is to communicate. And I believe we can live in a free world. I really do. If we're connected by dirt, we own it, right? We get Canada then, right? And Iceland's whatever's up there, okay? And it can be a wonderful time. My show's getting ready to end over on Blog Talk Radio. If y'all have made it through this video or just stumbled across it last minute, whatever, guys, you're worth it. You're truly worth it. All the information's free over at cloudthunder.org. I can't get that across enough. And maybe we use free too loosely. Maybe we ought to charge you a couple grand for this type of information. So, and I got links to all that stuff too. I mean, it's just crazy what some of the stuff, the knowledge that the Daves have put together here for us. It's like, I forget how much off in savings it is. It's extraordinary. You can apply all these tools in any business that you do. I mean, they have got everything here together. So, but anyway, let me go ahead and wrap up my Blog Talk Radio show, guys, and I'm going to wrap it up with my YouTubers, and we're going to go from there. So, appreciate y'all tuning in, and that call-in tomorrow number is 213-943-3709. You ever feel the urge? Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
Okay, YouTubers, let's talk. So you want things to change? Are you in yet? Okay. If you're in and you're not on my team, guys, you need to be counseling upline, or you've got a lot of work cut out for you. Okay, you've got a lot of work cut out for you. But you can make the decision. But you're gonna have to look at a lot of leaders. You're gonna have to look at the people that's been doing this for like 20, 15 years. But you also need to be looking at the people that's only been here a year and how are they doing it. Okay. I mean, we've had people already, I mean, hitting 6 figures a month, and this is crazy. And 2 weeks ago, there was only 139,000 members. That was a count. Okay, 13 million in New York alone. Anyway, hey guys, if y'all ever need anything, just you pick up that phone and give me a ring. Okay, life's too short. Anyway, kudos. Thanks, guys.